Don't you want to give your boy a kiss, mother?
It's one of my one-liners.
Sorry.
Okay.
The other clip I wanted to use was 30 seconds long, and it's horrible. So
mother.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mother.
Butt naked grown ass.
I know.
Kiss me, mother.
Kiss me.
Well, welcome to Screams and Streams, the podcast that looks at the best and worst horror movies as rated on Rotten Tomatoes from 1970 onwards. I'm your host, Sam, and with me are my co-hosts,
Mike
and
Chad.
Be sure to check us out on Instagram. Our handle is @ScreamStreamPod. Also, check out our website, screamsandstreams.com, for more information about the films we're looking at. Just a warning, if you don't like spoilers, we recommend that you stop listening now, check out the film, and rejoin us for our discussion. Today, we're looking at the worst film of its year. It is Anthony Hickox's 1993 film Warlock, the Armageddon. It scored 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, so let's get into it. Chad, what's our summary?
All right. Well, the evil warlock has returned, and he is determined to unleash the devil using a set of mystic rune stones. An order of druids have to defeat him in order to prevent Armageddon and banish evil for 600 years.
an order of druids or a bunch of fishermen that don't have a lake?
3 old guys.
It reminded me of hobbits,
and
like just
2 teens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 teens with like 2 days of training experience.
Yeah,
The one
exactly.
0 days of training experience.
Yeah. She just shows up and can move shit with her mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just out of the blue. Yeah. She's like, oh yeah.
Concentrate.
Yep. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Mike, what is our sinister sip today?
The sinister sip today is The Curse of the Screaming Druid from The Intoxicologist.
Really intense name.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers, y'all. I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
nice.
really good. What's in it?
Ounce of tequila, ½ ounce of lime juice, 1/4 ounce of lemon juice, 1.5 ounces of orange juice, and a 1/4 ounce of grenadine layered on top.
All right.
I like it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
Yeah, it's sweet. Thank you. All right. Now we're going to head into our first impressions. Chad, was this your first time seeing it? What did you think?
I thought I had seen this before, but apparently not. It's the second of 3. And I didn't like it. It's not good. It just is not good. It was tough to watch. This was the first one I watched out of the 4 that we were prepping for the podcast. And I was just like, yeah. Yeah, it hurt my soul. So that,
Oh, no.
So yeah, I can't say anything like really good about it. Julian Sands really tears up the scenery here in not a good way. The effects are bad. We'll get into it, but yeah, it just sucked.
Hurt his soul. All right. Mike, how's your soul?
This is also the first time I've seen this. I can't remember if I've seen the original Warlock or not. I thought I had, but definitely not this one. And yeah, Julian Sands eats every scene in this movie. He's tough at the best of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not enjoy this. It was the last of the 4th, and this is a tough set of films we've done today.
Well, there was one we kind of liked.
Yep.
Yep.
This was not it.
This was not it.
Not this one. Oh, yeah. So I saw the poster for it and I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, I just knew it was going to be bad. It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So it was bad. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, would not recommend. Absolutely terrible. Awful effects. The acting is bad. The story's bad. I don't understand. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Lots of holes. They don't explain things very well.
No. You mean the cutscenes at the very front with the battle on horseback?
Yeah.
Didn't clear up all the questions that you had.
Like, what the hell was that about? And the freeze frame
Yes.
on some of the
Oh
guys
my
when they got
God.
shot and they're like,
Yep.
there's blood squirting out.
Yep.
And they just,
That didn't clarify why in the present day what
what is happening? Yeah.
Or the 2 paragraphs of explanatory text at the beginning didn't help either.
So weird. Yeah. So I honestly, the bar, like when I went into this and I saw that the poster for it, I was like, the bar's in hell. And it was like, just, it's still at the ground, but it's like, yeah, it was tough to get through.
Most definitely.
It's in hell and no druid stones are pulling it out.
Keep it there. with the stars.
spin around.
The stars
and the
coming
stars.
in.
Oh my God.
It's just the dumbest thing.
So bad. All right, now we're going to look at some of the tropes that we saw in this film. Mike, why don't you start us off?
The first one right out the gate is it happens during an eclipse,
Yep.
which also is like once a millennia when the sun and moon align. I'm like, eclipses happen more than once a millennia. But whatever. Okay, fine.
We'll give it to them.
And then I wasn't expecting the son to die the way he did, but it's like, how about one last chess game, Dad? We can play together. And I was just like, oh, he gonna die.
Gonna die bad. Good ones. Chad, what did you have?
There's always a group who wants to bring about the demise of mankind.
Yeah.
So, like with the attack on horseback, like obviously these guys are trying to stop the devil from showing up, and these guys don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Charge in, shoot everybody, take the rune stones, and now we're gonna release the
Peace
devil.
out.
Yeah,
Yep.
here we go. Yeah.
Yep.
So there was that one, and then the fucking bully in this, like
Jesus.
there's always one guy and he was like the drama guy, like he's acting in Shakespeare or like Romeo and Juliet for this thing, and he's bullying the kid who's running the tech.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just,
But also he's bullying him for being like, you're a Satanist. It's like, ooh, the good Catholic boy.
I know, right? Yeah, he's like, why don't you just leave? Yeah. Anyways, usually a jock.
Yeah.
Not usually the drama
the
guy,
Shakespeare,
but I mean,
they tried to do something different.
Yeah, that's right. They're working their magic there.
All right. I had seen the Instrument of Death before it happens when Kenny Travis, when he gets, yeah. And then I also said the Hall of Mirrors as a trope as well. My other two, Mike, you had. Mike, you had one more?
I did, and it is the mysterious little person.
Who?
Oh,
There's a little person at one scene who's like talking all mysterious.
Oh,
and,
yes.
And it's like, he's evil. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also stars in Waxwork. Which is Welcome to Waxwork. He's actually pretty funny in that one.
Also directed by Anthony Hickox.
That's
There we
right.
go.
Shitty movie, but he's funny.
Fair. Have not seen it. Chad, you had a few more?
Dog senses evil.
Yep.
Playing chanting music for evil moments. Like the ho ho hey ho dominoes. Save the children. Just dumb. Walking around talking to yourself or the dog. Like, there always seems to be when they want to explain what's happening in the scene, but there's nobody to talk to. The person just talks to themselves, and it's just dumb.
Yeah.
I think I have others if I can keep going.
Yes, you have all.
Okay.
Floor is yours.
Well, denying the signs. Like,
Oh, yeah.
when all the signs are starting to fall into place, and he's, oh, no, it's not happening. It's not happening. And then I had, there's lightning, and then there's instant rain, and then I was, oh, it's actually blood. And then I said, why would you taste it? It just seems like a dumb thing to do.
Thanks for those. All right, now we're going to head into our one-liners. My first one was from the opening there. Don't you want to give your boy a kiss, mother?
Yeah.
And so my other two were same scene. Let me in, mother. Let me in. And then she goes, fuck you.
Yeah.
And then he just screams.
And shatters.
Her ears explode. And then my other one was part of the bully. And I think the guy's name is Andy, who's the bully. And he goes, listen good, devil boy. It's like, come on, right off the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, what did you have?
One of my lines is, you must have bricks for balls, or you must be one stupid yuppie. When Julian Sands is confronting the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And another one, I think it's Kenny that says this, but like, getting killed can bring up a whale of an appetite.
Oh, yeah.
God. Chad, you had quite a few. Why don't you give us?
Yeah, well, I had the one where Sands is trying to find clothes, and the one guy shows up as the date, and he puts his hand on, black, and he like takes that. I also had when the boyfriend or the what's his name, Sam, the main guy,
Kenny Travis.
Kenny Travis. Like, he's trying to convince her to come to college with him, and He's like, what do you have here without me? Like, he's pretty cocky about this.
He's not much of a catch.
Yeah. And then there's also people live in fear of what they don't understand. I don't know what that means. Are you an idiot? Like, how do you not know what that means? I don't know what the hell. I also had, when he's trying to ask for clarification after his dad shoots him, and he says, I don't understand why you had to shoot me. And the dad just turns around, that's enough for now. And like, it just shuts down all questions. And doesn't tell him any of the story. Brings him back to life, and it's like,
yeah,
I think enough. I'd have some questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mike, you had a few more.
One is when I forget who he's confronting, but he sealed the mouth of the secretary and he enters.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, how'd you get past my secretary? She's looking for a new opening. Yeah. And then this one was just so cheesy. Like, there's so many lines in this movie that it's straight out of a soap opera or a high school drama production.
Yes.
I don't know which, but like, in the old days, warriors would make love before going into battle.
I had that one.
Like, oh, fuck
so
off.
bad, yeah. And then he makes the tree shake the leaves.
Yeah. Oh,
over
my
top of him. Oh, fuck.
Oh, so bad.
Oh, while they're all making love around their makeshift Stonehenge that looks like Spinal Tap. It's just bad.
Yeah. It's really, really bad. Rolling in the grass.
Another one was going to be the audio clip I wanted to use for the beginning, but it is a 30-second scene, and I'm not going to do all of the lines, but it's when Samantha is trying to convince her dad that he needs to kill her so she can be a warrior too.
Which is so weird.
And he's like, I want to be a warrior. I need to transition. You know how that happens. Yes. And then she like reaches into the drawer and pulls out a massive fucking knife. She's like, Daddy, you have to help me. And it pauses like, I can't do it. It's just so bad. Like the acting was horrible.
Oh, the priest is next level horrible.
Oh, he's bad. And his mouth was so weird to me. Like just his facial expressions. Like he always looked.
Like he's being like fish.
Yeah. Pulled at the side. Yeah.
And then my last one is just welcome to the 20th century, asshole. And then they turn on the truck lights.
Oh, right. Because light is supposed to be shone
on the stone. It makes it not work.
Yeah.
Because that's why it has to happen during the eclipse, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
I think.
I'm glad you paid better attention than I did. But yeah, I think that is right.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. The stones don't work.
The infinity stones. Yeah. That's what it reminded me of. As soon as he goes on searching and the devil tells him that he's got to get these stones, I was like, oh, well, he's on a quest for the infinity stones.
There you go. Fright done right. All right. Now we're going to head into what doesn't hold up. Chad, what didn't hold up for you?
Lots.
Yep.
Let's see. Well, the priest, we talked about it, so I'll just double up on that. The priest is horrible. His acting is awful. Every line he reads is either way too overdone or not done enough. He seems forced. It's just bad.
Yep.
And then I had the effects.
Yes. Yep.
When he takes that woman up, and then first of all, she fucking like gives him the stone before she's let down onto the earth. But when he takes her up and then drops her,
that was horrible.
The effects are just so bad.
Yeah.
Like, just horrible.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like anything flying around, the baseball was like brutal.
My God,
and so anytime anything's flying around in these films, but this film does it so poorly.
Yeah.
Oh, brutal. So I had that one. I also had the skin chopped off of the mom/birther that was a map. So they cut the stomach out, and then they had to put more
blood
map
on
of the United States, and then they had to put more blood on it. He's there's the path.
Yep.
I know it's drying up, and then he just I'll just take
wipes
her
it with
head.
a wet cloth.
Mike, what didn't hold up for you?
I had that the blood looked like it was from a 1970s movie, like it was that red paint blood again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and by now it shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
And then the melodrama / dubbing, I don't know what made it worse, but there's one that's like, I'm going to San Francisco with or without you. And the next line is the birds. It's like, what the fuck does that even mean? But it's just like delivered so, oh no.
The bird.
Oh, my Lord.
Chad, you had a couple more?
I had the opening credits. The moon and the eclipse look stupid and fake, is what I said. I'm not pulling any punches here. The mouth blood looks so bad.
Yeah.
I just was like everything special effects having to do practical or CGI or computer graphic. It's all bad.
Yeah.
It's all bad.
Really, really bad.
The set looks like a high school set.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, like the laser lightning and the red lightning.
Oh, yes.
Like
Yeah.
afterwards. The glitter stars. I know I mentioned it before, but the glitter
glitter
stars,
stars.
every time there was magic.
Yes. The healing, the healing
Oh my
potion when he
God.
pours it on. We may not be able to fight, but we could still heal.
Yeah.
It's like, these little twinkles. Yeah.
They look awful.
Fairy dust. Yeah.
And then my last one is with the baseball flying around when he's trying to harness his powers over his 2 days of training. I said the music was like a ripoff of Star Wars when they were
Oh, I had that too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, is this like when they're training? Is he a Jedi? Like, what is happening?
Because the
here?
dad's like, close your eyes.
Yeah. That
like-
whole thing,
Absolutely
reminded
Ben
me of the
Kenobi.
Force. Yeah.
Yes, right. Okay. Mike, did you have a couple others?
I did, yes. And it's just at the very end of the movie when they've defeated the Warlock and the eclipse is over, they're panning the camera to the left and you can see that they are just dragging a like shaded cell across the front of the camera or
Yes,
something with the
yeah.
way that the
Oh,
light
yeah.
like goes from darkness to light. It was so poorly done. Like
Yes.
do a static shot and have the shadow or just move the camera from a dark area. But it was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would agree. All right, now we're going to talk about what was gratuitous in this film. I'm going to start us off here. I feel they made this movie around Samantha on the motorbike. I feel like they were like,
No.
we need to have someone dressed not fully dressed, zoom
That-
around on a motorbike.
That was my titillating.
Oh, sorry.
I actually didn't write that down, but I did have a note that said she looks pretty awesome on that bike.
I feel like that because it lasted for a long time.
It did.
And she wasn't great at it. Well, she was, I guess, but but it wasn't even like an epic chase because like the Warlock was like in the tree at one point, like watching her drive by.
Yeah.
It's not this epic chase. It's just her
in a summer dress,
zooming around
with boots. Yeah.
just zooming around. So anyways, I thought that they made this movie around that. And then I said Kenny Travis's mouth being open all the time was gratuitous. It was always open the entire time. Yeah, his teeth were always showing. So I said that as well. Chad, you had one. What was yours?
My gratuitous was the slow motion. I thought it was just too much. I didn't know why it was there.
Yeah.
And they just kind of threw it in. I know they're trying to make it look epic, but I mean, that ship had sailed a long time ago. So
Take the L.
yeah, it's not okay.
Mike, you had a couple?
Yeah, I wrote these down and I just put like the blood after she falls through the glass, but also the way the woman says Paula. I feel like there's like Paula. It's like, holy fuck. Yeah. And then I just put like by the end of the movie, like the number of windows that people crash through.
Oh yeah,
is
it's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the final showdown, like they're just all going through windows.
It's like a bad cowboy movie.
Yeah.
Like jumping in and out of the saloon.
But also, speaking of kind of like that cowboy movie, that town was the saddest looking town I've ever seen in my
yeah.
life. It was like dirt road, everything falling apart. It was like the main street. It did look like an old cowboy movie. Like awful. My last two all had to do with hair. So first, Andy's mullet was one thing. And then the second one was the wind in the Warlock's hair.
Oh,
so every
yes.
scene, it's like, yes. I was like, come on.
It looks so bad when he's on that ceiling or on the roof, and the fashion lady comes up to talk to him, and it's just these little sparks out the side. It looks bad.
And no one else's hair is moving.
No.
There's no breeze. It's just
Windbreaker.
the windbreaker's back. All right, now we're going to take a look at what was terrifying or titillating in this film. Mike, why don't you go first?
Mine is the gratuitous ass shot backstage at the fashion show when, for no reason whatsoever, it cuts to a close-up of the woman pulling up her dress and she's just wearing a G-string and you get like that great ass shot.
I
Just
didn't
like,
notice.
yeah. I did.
That was my one.
It was a nice bite. Okay.
I had one and he just took it. Yeah.
It was also my test of time and my back it up and my pause for a little bit. So.
Had it and it was tooketh away, Chad. Oh, that's funny. I didn't notice it at all. But what I did notice was the full frontal male nudity when the warlock's born.
Oh, yeah,
And
but
yeah.
isn't her head in the way of
No,
his...
you can see the outline. You
Oh.
can see it.
Oh,
It's
really?
like shadowed by, I assume, like the lighting, but also kind of probably bush as well. You can totally see.
I never noticed that one.
I was looking.
I didn't see that one yet.
So I said that one. And then I said, like, I don't think they intended it to be, but the knife scene where the warlock and Kenny Travis are there was like weirdly erotic between them. Like, because the knife blade was like on his chest.
Oh,
And so I was
yeah.
like, unintentionally erotic. Like, Mike, did you have another one?
It's when the woman who eventually gets picked up by the warlock,
Oh, yeah.
she gets out of the car and the line she says to the person is, I'll bet you never let your wife do that.
No, yeah.
And I was just like, what did she do to him?
That lady was kind of funny anyways, because the warlock was like, no, I'm done with you. Like,
Yeah.
This is too much.
Oh, man, when he hucked her out, that was awesome.
Yeah.
It was really good. Now we're going to move into what stood the test of time. Mike had nothing.
No, not a thing. Not even the G string.
Not even the G-string. A
Really?
tragedy. Really?
Ah.
Chad, was that your one stood the test of time? The G-string? 'Cause
No, I thought the birth and the
Yes.
death of the warlock was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The test of time is that it was okay.
Yeah.
I thought that I thought the birthing scene was done really well.
Yeah. I thought it was good.
It was like creepy and crazy.
Yeah.
And I think the follow-up scene was done decently.
The
like,
part where he puts his hand into her head and then like has her speak like the devil or
Yeah, yeah.
whatever and asks what his mission is and stuff. Like that whole part, other than like him screaming and all that bullshit, but like the birth and then that I had is it was the best part of the film.
Yeah.
Like as far as
Yes.
effects and stuff go.
Yeah, that was 2 of mine. I had 4. The other thing that I thought was done decently well was the alternate reality behind the mirror in like kind of the
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
freak
yeah,
show.
yeah.
I thought that was kind of good and like kind of scary
Yeah.
as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like kind of cheesy and whatever, but I thought that was like spooky.
And when he
So-
gets trapped inside of it,
Yeah.
that was creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had those and that's it. So not much stood the test of time.
No.
Let's see what our laugh out loud moments are. Mike.
Oh, I'm so glad I get to go first because I was worried someone was going to steal it. And it's when he has the woman in the vehicle and he's driving and she's like trying to seduce him and he like brushes her hand away. And she's like, oh, it must be my hair. And she's checking. She's like, oh, my hair. I don't know. Is it bad? I can't see it. I can't see it enough. And then he rips her hair off his scalper, throws it in her lap. He's like, here, see for yourself. I was watching this upstairs and it was like, I laughed so loud. My wife downstairs mentioned it later, like, oh my God. And then reading through my notes, I still giggle. Like, it's
Yeah.
just so funny.
Well, and there's that look of shock before she screams too.
Yeah.
Like he just rips it right off, and then she's like, she's taken aback, and then
And then my other one is when he turns the guy into the painting.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Painting. It's like, ooh, it's a Picasso. It's like, well, it's clearly not a Picasso, but like the weird like eyes blinking.
Yeah.
blinking. Yeah.
So funny.
I watched this with my husband too, and he was like, that was different. He goes, it was unique. And I was like, yes, it was.
Oh, he chooses the worst ones to join you.
I
for,
know.
eh?
And it was so funny because he's like, well, that wasn't the worst of all the ones because he saw like Dark Age.
Oh.
Like, he saw a whole
He's
bunch
seeing all the boat anchors.
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
and it's just like a random chance. Like, too. All right, Chad, what did you have?
My laugh out loud was the little person's death scene. I thought,
In the little like spike.
yeah, in the Iron Maiden.
Yes.
Yeah.
I put in there a real Iron Maiden.
Out of all the fake shit in there.
I
it's
know. I also laughed when he ripped her hair off and then hucked her out of the car.
like, bye.
Yeah. Just kicks her to the curb and she like rolls and hits that
Oh,
sign.
so
I was
hard.
just like, oh my God.
My only one that I wrote down was the kid getting shot by his dad and him flying through the air, like backwards.
Yeah.
It was like a close up of his face, like, eh.
Yeah.
It's like-
It unloads on him with a double barrel shotgun. Like, is there not another way to kill your son? Where
more
maybe,
subtle.
yeah,
There wouldn't need to be so many healing stars.
Yeah.
You could just have a little drop instead of a whole vial.
yeah.
All right, now we're going to head into what was eerie to ear splitting. I kind of double put in the Jedi music in this one, so that's kind of all I had. Mike, what did you have?
That was my eerie to ear splitting as well. It was just during the close your eye scene, it's like Obi-Wan Kenobi training Luke.
Yep. All right, now we're going to look at moments that made us say, what the fuck? Chad, why don't you go first?
My what the fuck was it was my test of time as well. It was the eclipse burst scene.
Yeah. When
it first started happening, I was just like, good Lord, what is going on here? And so it kind of took me aback.
Mike, what did you have?
So my first one, it was going to be either shadows or what the fuck, but I put in what the fuck. And I was like, are Kenny and Samantha siblings or half siblings? Because when they're talking about like, who's my mother, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, Kenny's mother died in childbirth. It's like, so did yours. I'm
yes.
Like, as in it's the same woman. Like, so
it was a weird, like
vague.
And no one was like,
Yeah. They needed to really clarify it was two women or something.
Yeah. Or like that all the women's of the druids or the master druids, like they're like the chosen druids. Master warrior druid, I think.
There was not a whole lot of explaining of what happened with that crew.
But I also was just like, okay.
Yeah, I know what you do. I don't care enough to really.
Until the warriors made love before battle.
That's right.
There was a chance they could die. So like, no one's going to know about this.
Yeah, that's right.
No one will ever find
out. And then my other one was when I think it's the wrong thing. How about some applause after he does something? And then all the leaves in the trees.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so stupid.
I didn't understand. Yeah. Is it because like are druids supposed to be like connected to nature?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So that's why. But like it was just them, the leaves then? So it was but like out of everything, it was just the leaves, right? Because it was like, I hear them talking or something. And then.
Yeah. I think they hear them.
I think so. Yeah.
Like as voices, but
they didn't help him. Like I guess he only had 2 days of training to hone that skill. So maybe that's why. I also had the birth as like a what the fuck. Because when it starts, my notes are like, oh my God, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my God, what the fuck? It's like, what is that? And then also the cockroach compass.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was going to put that in my hiding in the shadows. I don't know why there were so many cockroaches in the compass. They didn't explain that at all.
No. I have no idea.
Yeah.
No, it seemed kind of weird. So I'm like, like where does it lead them to? To the Warlock?
Yeah, it's supposed to direct him to the Warlock because that's where he finds them.
Can you imagine? Let's follow where this bug is going. He's in this little thing just circling around. It's like, I guess that way.
The other thing I didn't get was like that guy goes, and I know he's like, oh, I can stall him or whatever. He wants to go and help. But then he like takes the dagger that they need to kill the Warlock.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the trainers are the only ones that can kill the Warlock. Or not the trainers, the warriors.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's not a warrior. So why the fuck would you take the dagger?
Yeah.
No idea.
Moving on. I don't know.
Okay. Now we're going to look at moments that we backed up in this film. I had nothing. Chad had nothing. Mike.
Mine was, I just wrote, Mister. And then he's stabbing the leaf. And then the green fluid is like shooting out of the Warlock. That was my back it up because it was just like weird and bizarre. And it was the only moment that I was like, it's kind of cool. Like a neat little connection. But yeah, it was because I was just scraping the bottom of the barrel to find something.
I kept it at 0. I left that barrel empty.
Yeah, not worth it.
Okay, now we'll look at what was hiding in the shadows. It's just the whole thing for me. These are the fucking defenders of the world. Like these 2 children.
Yeah.
With no training or anything.
Yeah.
Are supposed to protect all of us. Like the whole world from Satan coming.
But only if their parents kill them.
Yeah.
And they come back to life. Yeah. I was like, why didn't you start training them earlier?
Yes.
Yeah.
At any point, like.
Yeah, any point during their life, you could have just.
You knew the eclipse was coming. It comes out apparently every 600 years.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta no documentation from their forefathers.
Even though they knew exactly what they were and how to get them to become the warriors, but we're not going to worry about it. Tell them last second. Yeah.
Like I get the girl not knowing because her dad, like the priest, right?
He denied it.
Yeah. So he was denying it, but like fucking Kenny Travis. He'd been training his whole life for this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But nope.
Nope.
Just a couple of days before the Warlock shows up.
Like, fuck. I guess it's time.
Move this baseball with
Here's
your
this
mind.
baseball.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Dad. Doing great. Doing great. Mike, what did you have?
My first one for hiding the shadows was like with the bullies in the beginning and then the sprinklers go off and they all run away.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was like, it's only water. And unless they're wearing suede, like it's just sad.
That'll teach them.
And then my other one was I just put like this movie exists in that weird time of the 1990s where like cocaine and art house movies kind of set the tone. And I was just like, it reminded me of like the old Drambuie Showcase review on Bravo on a Friday night. Like it just sort of like it just has that like weird. At no other time in cinema history was there a movie that was like art house, cocaine fueled, and bizarre. I was like, but this one didn't do it well.
No. Too much cocaine. Maybe. I don't know.
I did want to ask, why was he swimming in jeans
Oh, yeah.
in the lake? Like
Yeah.
he's just swimming. It's like, why are
Are
you
they
swimming?
so
in jeans?
uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Like getting out of there and walking
And
home.
then you just got wet jeans. Wet jeans are the worst.
Yeah.
Yep.
Walking home.
Yeah.
The chafing.
Oh, horrible.
Brutal. All right. Now we're going to move into Fright Done Right. Mike, why don't you start us off?
I struggled with this one because every movie does everything better than this one.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking like this movie reminded me of like the old Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren. For
Oh,
some
yeah,
reason.
Yeah.
The He-Man, yeah.
And so I hate to say it, but my Fright Done Right, I preferred Masters of the Universe to this. And that is a terrible movie.
Yep.
It is. Yeah.
I actually couldn't really think of anything for this category for this film. I don't know. Like it was like the weird Star Wars stuff, like the training to be the warrior. Obviously Star Wars did that better.
Yeah.
And then I was like, it's like a quest. I felt like the dad and his friend, Kenny
Yeah.
Travis's friend, they reminded me of like hobbits, like
Yeah.
little
On
simple
their
people
quest.
on their
Yeah.
quest.
They did it better.
And The Hobbit obviously did
Yeah.
it way better, or Lord of the Rings as a whole. And yeah, there's not much I could say. What about you? Anything, Chad?
Well, for me, if we're talking about like Signs of the Apocalypse and like the devil coming out, I thought Seventh Sign did it better.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
That
Good
one
job. Yeah.
was a way better film than this
Yeah.
one. And then if we're talking about warlocks or witches, Harry Potter did it way better
Yep.
than this did. Like, and training and stuff like that. Did
Yeah.
way better than this.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were my
good
two
ones.
that I did.
And like you said earlier, like somebody going around collecting stones for power. Avengers did it
Avengers did it better. Yeah. Everything did it better.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to head into our bonus features. Mike, what'd you find in your research?
Because none of us have anything
Yes.
else.
This was
The budget was $3 million. It made 3.9 worldwide.
I'm surprised it
Great
made a
success.
profit.
I am too. Yeah.
they should be proud. So
It was shot in 38 days.
okay.
Oh,
Yep.
that's quick.
And the international titles, there were only two that were worth noting. Just like everything else about this movie, there's not lots to say. But Germany called it Warlock, Satan's Son Returns. I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what
And then Portugal, Spell 2, The Final Judgment.
Oh.
Like, that's it. That is all I could find on this film.
it's not even the final judgment because there's a third.
Yeah, because of the third
There's a
one.
third.
Yeah.
Comes back. The final, the real final.
The real final judgment. And now. Yeah, it was tough. I looked around a bit, but I was not willing to put a lot. I put some effort in to finding some bonus features, but I wasn't willing. When it wasn't apparent that there was a lot, I didn't deep dive. I was just, I don't care.
I read a few reviews trying to find something to use, and a lot of it was like, this person starred in it. And it's like,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Cool. A lot of people liked this film. Like when I was
Really?
going through, the reviews are like pretty decent for it.
A
So
lot of people like liver and onions. They're still wrong.
okay. All right. Now let's put this on our watchability scale. Mike, what do you think?
It's
Deep sigh.
It's funny because like I want to say a 1, but then I'm like, well, I wasn't as angry as Dark Age, but the CGI in this is terrible. But there are a couple of things that were decent. Yeah, I'll give it a 2 because the back it up and a few other bits bring it up a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 2 as well. It's definitely not the worst. I could actually watch it and not get offended or angry or irritated through it. And like I said, I think that birth scene was pretty good. So I'll give it a 2 as well. Chad, what about you?
I'm a 2 as well. For all the things you said, it's just, it's not good. But it's not a 1. I have seen worse.
Way worse.
So it's a 2 for me.
Perfect. Thanks. All right. Thank you very much for listening to us. Remember to follow us on Instagram. We are at ScreamStreamPod. Stop by our website, screamsandstreams.com, where we have information about our episodes, descriptions of our categories, links to our research, our watchability scale, and a page where you can recommend movies that you want us to discuss. And please rate, comment on, and subscribe to our show on any of the platforms where you get your podcasts. Until next time, this has been Sam and
Chad
and
Mike.
Scare you later.